YouTube, I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man. I'm back with another video today. This is video number 4 that we've recorded tonight. I've actually got 2 other videos sitting on YouTube that I just haven't published, and I just waited too long to make a thumbnail and didn't ever want to publish them without a good thumbnail. And now I recorded one tonight that I got to post tonight, so I'm going to wait a little while after this. I don't know what you're going to see next. I don't know when you're going to see this. I don't remember when this even came out. This is very old. Not very old. It's several months old. It's been sitting back here on the floor. I haven't looked at it in hand yet at all myself, even though I got it in store. And it hasn't been in a shipping box. And I was at the store obviously when I bought it, but I still haven't looked at it. Before we go any further though, a word from our sponsor. Peyton, who's our sponsor?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was yawning.
Jesus. All right. We're going to go back to the oldie but a goodie, but I've got another spin to put on this for you. Matthew chapter 27, verse 46. Jesus was hanging from the cross. He looks up to God and he says, my God, why have you forsaken me? God was forsaking Jesus at that moment. He was turning his back on him. And also at that time, he was taking the punishment for all of our sins. Hebrews 13:5 says that God will never leave us or forsake us because he forgives us for every bit of the sin that we commit against him. Even though he can't be around sin, he can be around us. But that's only not because when he forgives us, our sins just vanish and puff up in smoke. It's because when Jesus was on the cross, he was taking the punishment for our sins. Justice was served for me on Jesus's back. Thank you for that justice, for taking my justice, Jesus. For taking my forsaking. Let's see if I have a receipt in here. I do have a receipt. I need to keep that for tax purposes. All right. This is the Air Jordan 14 Retro. This is the first 14 I've ever owned, and now I've owned it for months and I've never taken it out there. Varsity Royal, which is the blue you asked for. Maybe it's the right color blue. Varsity Royal and black. I think there's a little bit of yellow in here too. I don't think it's gold. I think you'd call it gold, but it's more gold than the gold that's actually on this shoe with the gold box. All right. There's one. I mean, I like the 14 because I think it was the last Jordan. No, it wasn't. It was the last Jordan that I really watched Jordan play in. I stopped watching it shortly after this season. Did he actually play in after that? I don't remember because I was transitioning away from playing basketball, so I wasn't watching it quite as much. But it was one of the last that Jordan one of the last older retros that he played in before he came back in the 2000s on the Wizards. Air Jordan 14. You ready?
Yeah.
What do you think about 14? It's the color, right?
Yeah.
And you get the yellow, which it's goldish. It's more gold than the other ones, right? Than the Palominos.
Yeah.
Than the color that was on the shoe. What I really like about this shoe, and I really like the red one, even though I don't necessarily like red that much, is that this shoe and this emblem is supposed to remind you of a Ferrari. And the red one looks even more Ferrari-ish. Yeah. It might even be called the Ferrari. But the shoe as a whole was designed to look somewhat like a Ferrari because at the time I think he had a Ferrari. But this is the thing I like the most. I think this is the coolest about this shoe. It was the first time this had been done on a Jordan, at least, to this, in this way. It had this really open hole right here. That's for airflow, so that your foot doesn't sweat so bad.
That's nice.
Like Jordan 4 has netting on the side, but it still doesn't breathe that well. 3 didn't have anything. 5 has the netting too. So you get some netting like this for breathability, but most of the others don't have any breathability at all. Definitely, I know that the 12s and 13s, or 11s, 12s and 13s have almost no breathability. Yeah. But this one brought this. I don't know if it's actually any cooler because I've never worn a pair, haven't owned a pair, but I just like the design. You can see it in there too. You see that light coming through? You're probably gonna have it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. I see it. Mm-hmm. All right. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's stupid though that they made a Jordan 14. I can't remember the name of the design. Like an all-weather one that was like waterproof materials, but it has this giant hole in the bottom. It's like,
How's it waterproof?
I don't know why. Why? I mean, it was made out of waterproof materials.
Oh.
So it made you think that it was waterproof because the material was waterproof. But
Then you
it's a
step
giant
in
hole.
water.
It just gets water all over the place. But I like this nubuck. It's probably Durabuck and not real leather. I don't know. Doesn't smell like anything. But I really like the blue. It's just, I don't know, it's like a nice material.
Yeah.
The black is still also nice material.
I like the glittery white.
Oh yeah. It's got some iridescent sheen to it. Hester would like that too.
Over here.
Yeah. All of this is.
Yeah. Well, not this.
I like the back, the 23 on the back. I like the Jordan on the tongue pull tab, I guess this is what this is called. So this was manufactured toward the end of 2022. So this was probably early 2023 when this released. Maybe I got here. May. So that's actually not that old. It's only like 5 months old. But would you wear this one?
I might.
Because of the colors?
Yeah.
Only because of the colors. Do you like the silhouette?
It's different.
It's different.
Very different.
Very different.
But I think if once I got to like used to it and wear it like a couple times or maybe once or twice, I think I'll like it better.
I would have preferred this one if it was a low. I like the 14 lows better. They just come down to here. So I would have preferred that, but whatever. This is the one I got. I do like this colorway. I like the color. This would have matched Mason Creek too, right?
Yeah.
More so than DC?
A little more DC.
A little more DC? Okay. Well, that's part of the reason why I got it was because it matched Peyton's middle school. And she was wearing some of my shoes playing volleyball. Maybe she'll get on the volleyball team and use these.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I like the outsole. The outsole looks pretty cool with this little circle spot right here on the ball of your foot. Herringbone, supposed to be really good traction. It's always been in my experience, but I've never worn these. Like I said, this is really, really rigid here. It's probably a spring plate, carbon fiber shank plate.
In the camera, it looks so royal. Like very bright.
Royal.
Yeah.
Royal.
Yeah. Like very bright blue.
Yeah, I do like this one. I'm going to hang on to it for a while. May not wear it. May not keep it forever. But it's a 14. I don't have any 14s. And you know, I got this question now. We've got a 14, which we don't normally have in here because they don't release a whole lot of 14s. Where are the 10s at? Where are the Jordan 10s?
Just skipped over them.
I got plenty of ones. I guess just one pair of 2s? I thought I had another pair of 2s in here. A couple pairs of 3s, several pairs of 4s, 5s. I don't really prefer 6s and 7s. I've owned them both. I just haven't ended up keeping any of them because they weren't like the 6 or 7 that I wanted. There may not be one.
Do they have a Jordan 9?
Yes. I have never owned a 9, but Haley had a 9. Remember those pink ones that had the strap over the top? Pink and gray. They had like a Velcro strap. We'll get some 8. No, what did I say?
10.
What were you saying?
9.
Oh, this is a 9. This is a 9.
Oh.
I'm saying, I was talking about 8 with the strap. So I don't have 6, 7s, or 8s. The 8 playoffs just came out. Thought about getting those, but also just not a colorway I would want. So I didn't go for those, but I got 9s. No 10s, several 11s, several 12s, several 13s, and now 14.
Is there an actual Jordan 10 or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
It exists. But Jordan, so I guess the reason why I feel like people like them just fine as far as retros go, but Jordan didn't play that year. He played baseball. But they had already made and designed the Jordan 10, so they released it anyway. He just never actually played that season playing baseball. I'm sure, while he was playing baseball, I'm sure that he wore a pair of 10s at some point in a game. I know I've seen Pippen was also on the Bulls at that time. I've seen Pippen wearing a pair of 10s in a game, and I don't know if it was that season or a different season. But like I said, Michael had to have worn a 10 on the court at some time, but he didn't actually play that season. That's the only reason I can think they don't make 10s. But since I've been back in the shoe game, they haven't released a single 10.
Wow.
I gotta get a 10 in here because I do like 10s. I have been keeping my eyes open at the resale shops I go to, and when I went to Memory Lane most recently, just last week, they had no 10s either. So they normally have a pair or 2 of 10s, but I gotta find my size. If it's used, it's gotta be in good enough shape, and it's gotta be a colorway I want.
Yeah.
So those are gonna be few and far between because they just don't make them that much anymore. Anyways, tell me what you think about the Jordan 14. This is actually nicknamed the Laney, Laney. I think it has something to do with Jordan in college, but I can't remember the name Laney. Might have to do with fraternity? I don't know where the name of the colorway came from, but there are several other lady colorways, similar colors. But y'all let me know what you think about this. What do you think about the Jordan 14 in general? What about the Jordan 10s? Comment all of that below if you've watched this far. Thanks for being here. Tell your grandma about the 14. She might remember Michael wearing these. She probably doesn't want them. Probably doesn't want 14.
Yeah, no.
Probably not. Tell your grandma about the 14 anyway, whether or not she wants one. Smash the like button. Make sure you're subbed. I'll see you next time.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Choose.